Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to do an update to a very popular video that I did last weekend, which was titled, Man Dumps Hysterical Girlfriend After Discovering She Was an Alibi to Her Best Friend's Affair. And as a quick recap, in that video guys, it was about a guy, he was in his late 20s, and he had this girlfriend for like 14 months, and he made the mistake, like a lot of guys do, pretty much casting aside his best buddies to spend all his time with his girl. Now, he was having a really good time with her. He seemed like he was really happy. I think he saw things really going well with her and having a future. But then one day, when she was over at his house, he was working in his spare bedroom. She had a friend over, and his girlfriend and her friend were having a conversation. And he could hear that suddenly it got really quiet. And something in him, gut feeling, I don't know, red flag, made him try to do a little eavesdropping. And what he found out eavesdropping on their conversation was that his girlfriend's BFF, who was engaged to be married, I might add, was having a full-blown affair. And this guy's girlfriend not only knew all about it, but she was also helping her cover her tracks, being an alibi and everything, being an active participant in her cheating, right? And this was a girl and a guy that they would hang out with regularly, doing couples things and all that. So he felt terrible not only for the guy, but also he made him really question the values and the character of his girlfriend. Because he's like, wait a second here. If you're willing to cover up for your friend, what's going to stop you down the road that you might cheat on me and she'll cover up for you? Because obviously she will. So he came to really think about it and realize, you know what, this ain't going to go anywhere. So he ended it with her. And he wanted to know in the email, did he do the right thing? And so I posted that video, and you guys were great. You guys shared you gave this guy your opinion. You helped him out, and he read all your comments, by the way, probably 1,000 of them. And he's now providing an update as to what happened afterward, not only with the girlfriend, but also with the dude who found out that his girl was having a full-blown affair. So I think you guys will definitely enjoy hearing the update here. I certainly am. So he starts off, he says, hello SSM. I sent you a story last week, and you made a video about it. Thank you for your advice, and I enjoyed the comments from your community. You labeled my story, Man Dumps Hysterical Girlfriend, blah, 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 we know that. I wasn't going to send an update, but after the last week, I think there are some lessons to share, and there are a lot of people in the comments asking for an update, so here it is. Guys, when you guys send me your stories, and if it's definitely entertaining, and people request in the comments section, let's hear an update, by all means, send the updates. We all enjoy them. He says, I left off with how pretty broken up I was after I broke up with Amanda, and called and told Mark everything I knew. Talk about a shitstorm. Now that everything is pretty much settled, I know I did the right thing by telling Mark. You absolutely did the right thing by telling him, because otherwise he would have married that girl, had no idea, and that piece of garbage was cheating on him now, and probably be cheating on him in the future. That guy had to know. And, the old saying, don't shoot the messenger. He handled it well. It could have been a lot different. But he did the right thing. Bros got to stick together. I sent my story the day after I broke up with Amanda and told Mark what was going on. That was on a Friday. By Saturday, all hell had broken loose. Amanda is still spamming my text messages, trying to get me to talk to her, but I'm done with her, and honestly, I'm not too keen on the idea of a relationship at all. Bro, I don't blame you in the least. And I told you, she's going to keep bugging you. She's going to keep bugging you and bugging you until literally you have to really be harsh and laying down the law with her, saying it's over, pretty much, leave me the fuck alone, that's that. But women can't take rejection, especially with a guy who they saw potentially as being like the guy they could have a future with, because she's her late 20s, so probably now she's thinking about wedding bells just like her friend there. And sadly, you may have been the guy that she would have been cheated on down the road. You just never know. So, of course, she's bombarding you with attention, trying to get you to change your mind. He says, over the last week, I met up with my old friends, and Mark joined us for some drinks. He and my friends seemed to hit off right away, and we all had a good time shooting pool and talking about everything that happened. That was last Friday. And now that I have a pretty good understanding of what happened, I figured an update would be a good way to close out my story with mine and Mark's. Thanks for the work you do and all the information for you and the community share. You're welcome. I imagine the biggest question, and the one that I saw in the comments, was what happened with Mark. It got pretty ugly. He told me last night that after he got off the phone with me, he was pissed and he didn't know what to do. He ended up looking at the phone carrier to see the phone numbers going out in and out of Kathy's phone. Kathy is the BFF of this guy's girlfriend who she was cheating on this guy, Mark. There was one phone number that she was regularly getting calls from that shouldn't have been there at all. It was his best friend of 6 years. We'll call him Dick. That's an appropriate name, because that's what he is. They spent all that time together, but Mark couldn't understand why his best friend was calling his fiancée so often and why Kathy had never mentioned talking to him, let alone how frequently they were in contact. Oh my God, this poor bastard. Not only is his soon-to-be, his fiancée, soon-to-be wife, cheating on him, but also she's cheating on him with his best friend. That guy most certainly deserves an ass kicking, and well, wait till you see what happens here. With what I told him and what he found out in the phone records, he knew that Kathy was cheating on him with his best friend. Mark is a pretty nice guy, but he's a lot more confrontational than I am. He drove over to his friend's apartment and confronted him. He said Dick tried to deny it at first, but Mark told him he already knew and just wanted to know why he could do that to him. Dick came clean to him that he and Kathy had been spending time together for almost a year. A year his best friend is cheating on him with his freaking fiancée. For you guys that are relationship guys, I want you to remember these things when you want to get really serious. Doesn't mean all girls are going to do this, but let me tell you, a hell of a lot of them out there have lost all sense of any kind of loyalty, traditional values, respect, any of that stuff. It has gone out the door, because nowadays you can't be a strong and empowered woman unless you are riding the carousel, not only while you're single, but also when you're with a good man. He said here, it started after a party they had at their place when Mark had to go to bed a little early for work the next day. Dick told him they weren't trying to hurt him, but they had fallen in love with each other, but they didn't know how to tell him without hurting him. The short story is, Mark kicked his ass. If not for the cuts in his knuckles, it might have doubted how badly he said he beat the shit out of Dick. That is awesome. Now, let's see what happens if this guy goes like a little bitch, ratting him out to the police or trying to sue him or something like that. He deserved an ass kicking. 100%. This is old school how things are handled back in the old days when men acted like men. Fell in love. Okay, fine. Let's just say fine. They met at the party, they hit it up, blah, 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 blah. Okay, then break up, right? Then the girl should have broken up with this guy and come clean. That would have been better than effing behind his back for a year. I guess they have a couple other guys they hang out with that were all really good friends. Mark told all of them what Dick and Kathy had done to him, and now Dick is pretty much shunned by all of them. Good, he deserves it. Mark said that after he left Dick's apartment, he went home and started packing Kathy's things in trash bags, but she came home before he was finished. Oh, this should be good. As soon as she saw what he was doing, she went nuts, trying to claim that Dick was lying. No accountability. He told her to stop lying to him, and their engagement was over. When he asked for the ring back, she locked herself in the bathroom and wouldn't come out. He ended up calling her mom and told her to come and get her. Good. Send her ass packing. And it's appropriate that he put her belongings in garbage bags, because that's what she is. He didn't tell me everything that happened at that point, but she said that when her mom made it over there was a lot of yelling and cussing. Her mom was able to get her out of the bathroom and eventually got Kathy and her things out of the apartment. He said that as angry as he was at her, her mom was 3 shades of pissed off at Kathy and spent most of the time in the apartment cussing her out, being a selfish bitch. Nice. Man, I'm loving this story. This dude beat up his former best friend. He's throwing the girl out. And even her mother is cussing her out and giving her a hard time for her actions. Good. I told you guys would like this. He thanked her mom, and her mom apologized to him for how her daughter had treated him before leaving with Kathy. You know, a lot of these stories I go over where the girl is in the wrong, it's usually the fathers that apologize to the guys that have been burned, and the mothers find a way to, defend their daughters. But not in this situation. Mark is still devastated about everything that happened, and I get it. He spent more than 4 years with her and thought they were happy. As much as I was hurting about 14 months with Amanda, I could only imagine what he was going through. Yeah, he felt like his heart had been ripped out and stomped into a million pieces. At 4 years, because I'm not sure how old he is, but I'm guessing probably around this dude's age. The guy who wrote the story is 27, so let's just say he's maybe at best early 30s. 4 years is a big chunk of your life. And this was a girl he was going to marry. You think this dude's going to be in a rush to get married ever again? Fat chance. He says, so that was last weekend. Since then, Amanda has been constantly trying to get in contact with me, but until last Wednesday, I'd ignored her. It was on Tuesday that I got what I can only imagine was drunk texts from Kathy telling me how I had ruined her life. The best friend of this guy's girl texts him saying that it is his fault and ruined her life. Never mind the fact that for a year she was sucking the sausage and effing this guy's best friend, but it's this guy's fault for ruining her life. Okay, back to the whole accountability thing. She was getting pretty nasty, but I didn't respond to any of them. Good. Don't. You're wasting your time. Block her. I guess that only made her angrier because then she started taunting me, telling me how Amanda had been cheating on me for a few months with a guy that she works with. You see, silence is so powerful, guys. When somebody wants to fight and argue with you and you just walk away or you just smirk at them or something like that, it makes them crazy. Right here. Don't fall for her bullshit. Don't let her bait you into this. I still didn't respond, but I'm not going to lie and say it didn't cut me pretty deep. Yeah. Maybe she was cheating on you. Maybe she wasn't. Who knows? On Wednesday, I ended up responding to one of Amanda's texts and told her to call me. She called and was crying and tried to apologize for helping Kathy hide her affair and wanted to try and work through everything. I cut her off when she started repeating the same thing over and over and told her that Kathy told me that she was sleeping with her coworker. When I said his name, she went hysterical, saying that Kathy was lying because she was accusing Amanda of telling me she was cheating on Mark. She said she was making it up to get even. I guess they had a pretty big falling out after Mark kicked her out. She was begging me to give her another chance, and she was also promising she would never do anything like that to me again. It doesn't matter. Let's just say hypothetically that she actually wasn't cheating on this dude. Okay, let's just hypothetically. The fact that she was an active participant, hiding the cheat, not only keeping it quiet, but also being the alibi. Like, okay, I'm going to say that you were here with me that night while you're out fucking that dude. That says everything you need to know about her character. And it's only a matter of time before down the road that maybe she was getting bored in the relationship, or because that girl Kathy was, let's say she got married to that guy, she was getting bored. She was cheating, so she wanted to cheat too, because girls tend to be sheep and do what other girls are doing. That she'd do the same thing to you. No freaking way. And even though you had for 14 months what seemed like a good thing going, this is everything you need to know. And as I told you in the other video, and as dudes all around the world told you, you made the right choice. Absolutely don't second guess yourself. It would be easy for me to say that I was like Clint Eastwood in how I calmly told her to kick rocks. But I did consider what she said. I told her I needed some time to think about everything, and I got off the phone. I was going around in circles in my mind trying to figure out what to do and was coming to the same conclusion I did before. No matter how much I liked her, there was no way I could trust her. Correct. Guys, I've said this before and I'll say it again. If there is no trust in a relationship, then it's done. End of story. I went back and watched the video you did of my original story and watched it again and read all the comments. Dude, that's a big job. That's a lot of comments that guys had from all over the world. That was when I realized I was my own worst enemy. I called her back and told her that no matter how much I liked her, I simply couldn't trust anything she was saying because of her prior actions. I told her we were over and to please stop calling me. She was sobbing when I hung up, and even though I knew I did the right thing, I felt like a complete bastard. Damn those women and their tears. Bro, trust me, I know. I have been there. I've broken up with a lot of girls in my life, and believe me, it's this, you still feel like shit. Because it's not always because they did something horrible. It's just that it's just not working out, and the crocodile tears, they cannot take rejection. So that's the end of my story with Amanda. We're done, and I'm not looking back. Good, don't, because you're going to be tempted. And she's not going to stop there, bro. I'm telling you right now. She'll be back for more. I've made more plans with my friends to hang out, and Mark says he wants to tag along. So I lost a girl that I was falling pretty hard for, but I seem to have found a new friend and reconnected with some old friends. After this experience, I'm pretty much done with traditional relationships. They don't seem to work anymore. Last night while I was talking with my friends and Mark, all of them admitted they had been cheated on. All of them. I'm not sure if I was looking at the world through rose-colored glasses or the world had really fallen so far that relationships just don't work anymore. For now, I'm going to try and get my life back on track and start working on my goals. Thank you for the work you do, SSM. You're welcome, bro, and thank you for sending that update. And again, I know I told you in the first video because you had gotten really into that relationship with Amanda, that you stopped hanging out with your buddies. Good. I'm really glad you contacted them, and it's great that they let it slide, but don't make that mistake again. Your bros before hoes. Your bros come before your girlfriend, and I know it's gonna be a long time before you even consider getting a relationship again. Don't say never. Never say never, but you're all the wiser now. And you know what? You got a good friend of this guy, Mark. And you guys can all have a good time together and learn from each other and grow. And that's cool. And not just to you, but also to Mark. I really hope he is all right. Tell him take it one day at a time. And if you haven't already, tell him about my channel. Maybe some of the videos can help them out. And your buddies have been cheated on. Tell them about my channel as well. Maybe that can help them too. But, all right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let this guy know what you think about this. Again, reiterate to this guy he made the right decision, because I'm sure still, there's a little doubt on occasion. So we all help each other out here. We're a community. And guys, I really am grateful that you guys do help out in the comment section, because guys need help. And the more voices and opinions that you can get, it definitely makes things easier to confirm you made the right choice. And that's really helped this guy out too. That's what I think is really cool about what's going on here. When I started this channel, I never ever thought things would turn out this way. I think it's pretty awesome. So, all right, guys, and that is it for today. Be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.